The sad and honest truth is, Oakland, Mississippi is a scene all too common in the rural South. A once bustling railroad town nearly gone, life left this little town when the interstate came through just a few miles east of here. Nearly everyone here waves though, and I mean everyone. Literally every car that's passed, every house we've passed, have people waving. It's as if they're waiting on something. Waiting for something better maybe. Or maybe just caught in the past. Or maybe they're waiting for the end.
My name is Stafford Shurton. I'm a former judge, a farmer, restaurant owner, writer, proud Southerner, and of course, eater. And I am hungry for so much more.
When I think of Oakland, I mostly think of cows. The drive down 32 from Charleston to I-55 is known as the Mississippi Prairie. In 1860, Oakland was bypassed by the railroad, and the entire town, stores and all, picked up and moved to what was then called the Central Railroad. In 1862, just 2 years later, Union forces came down that very railroad hunting Confederate General John Pemberton, who was bunkered down in Grenada. He was expecting a Union move and was ready. Oakland resident Emma Moore described the battle as a draw with no casualties. Days later, a Confederate soldier passed through, and Mrs. Moore's mom cooked for him. He said it was the best meal he'd had in months, but she suspected he was a Yankee because he didn't eat his sweet potatoes. She was, in fact, correct. Days later, he was arrested at a local blacksmith shop. So we're barely in the city limits of Oakland right now. We're technically on the west side of the interstate, Interstate 55. You saw downtown. Downtown's pretty well gone, but there's a lot of businesses in Oakland that have moved out here beside the interstate. This is one of them, Old Country Store. Never been here before. They do the barbecue here, by the way. They've got a smoker and everything outside. We're going to check out this barbecue sandwich today and see what we've got going on here. It smells really good. Let's see here. They gave me a little barbecue sauce to put on it. But talking about Oakland, you know, when they moved the entire town when the railroad came through. But when the interstate came through, there were so many houses there inside the original city limits of Oakland, it just didn't make a lot of sense to move the entire town. But you come out here and you've got 3 or 4 gas stations, you've got some houses over there, you've got several businesses, you've got a little strip mall on the other side of the highway. There's a fish house here that's supposed to be really good. Not too far from where we are is my buddy Trent Hill's place, Lamb Fish Grill. A little shout out to Trent there. I keep saying, he wants me to come by, you know, but we do gas stations. Maybe one day Trent will be coming. Wash my palate off with a little bit of that. I really want this to be good. I'm gonna be honest with you. This did not look good to me. I was afraid. I don't want to give a bad review to anybody, but looking at this did not look good. It tastes better than it looks. There's a one of the things we found out. They're having one of the same problems we have in the looks department on barbecue. It just falls apart just falls apart at our restaurant. We had to start cutting it. You let the barbecue cool back down and then you cut it and it falls apart too. So we do kind of a cut barbecue. If you've been watching the review a while, when we first started, we just did this. We didn't do all the other part of the video. We just did this and I gave it a number rating. Nothing wrong with this. But I want to point out, and by the way, one of the great things about this, you come in, it's in the counter, you just grab it, go up there and pay for it, and you're done. So I was in there like a total of 30 seconds. I got to throw this out there, though. I'm right here looking at Highway 32. If you're going down 32 to Silverina, I think one of the best barbecues in the state, and they also cut their barbecue, is at Silverina at Dunn's store. A lot of people call it Silverina store. A lot of people call it Dunn's store. I've done that video already. I'm telling you, it's one of the best barbecues in the state of Mississippi. There's nothing wrong with this. This is a really good barbecue sandwich. Really, really good. If you've got a lot of time on your hands, it's a full restaurant and a gas station and a bait store and all that if you're going fishing. So if you got time, going down the road to Silverina. If not, if you're in a hurry, come by here. Gas is reasonably priced. It's a really nice store. They got a lot of other options. The chicken strips look really good. I started to get those. They look really, really fantastic. They're using some kind of seasoning on here that I'm not necessarily accustomed to, but it's still good. At least kind of it's like, almost looks like there's a little turmeric in here or something. I don't know. But there's nothing wrong with it. I gotta be honest, when I went downtown and shot the video of Oakland, I'm a little melancholy about this whole thing. I mean, you guys saw, there's so many towns in Mississippi and across the South like that. And it kind of breaks my heart a little bit. But there's a little life up here by the interstate. And maybe Oakland's gonna live on that way. We don't know. Thanks for watching. I'm always looking for suggestions if you guys have suggestions. And by the way, I can't keep doing the videos if you guys don't like and share the page. Like the page, share the page. That's gonna get me to the point where we can do more and more cool stuff and start shooting longer form videos and stuff like that. So I really appreciate it. If you're in Oakland, there's a couple of good spots to stop here. The fish house is great. This is great. Going down to Silverina. And by the way, you can go west to Silverina, or you can go east back toward Charleston and go to Midway store. Some of my buddies there at Midway. So a lot of good gas stations in Mississippi. Keep sending me the ideas of places I can go. I love you guys. I guess I'll see you on the interweb. That's a wrap. Later.